All right, welcome back. I know it's been a very long time since we have filmed an episode, but we are finally here, and some of you guys should remember me, right? My name is Kenya, and to my right, I have...
I am Banks, Howard, whatever y'all want to call me.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
It's been a very long time. Like, what you been up to?
Working.
Well, you about to be put into some more work because we got a lot of topics today that we're going to quickly get into right now. Whew, they hitting us hard over here. They want us to clearly go in. And the first topic is the notion that Black men don't protect Black women. So I'm going to give you the honors, my brother. When you hear statements like that, where do you think this stems from?
I think it stems from I don't think it stems like how normal, like us people, we'll think that, it stems from arguments and things. I think it stems from deeper than that, like slavery. Like it goes back in like slavery and where we fighting each other. So that's my thought of it. Just slavery, really. That's all it is, really. That's it.
Honestly, I have to agree with you. It's like when you think of these type of arguments, you have to acknowledge. I feel like we always talk about this, right? You acknowledge I mean, come on. At some point, we get it. We acknowledge the start of it all, and especially like when you think about the 1960s, and a lot of the times that was the destruction of the Black household, and our Black men going to jail for doing certain things, and then the government comes in, and then replace the male because now you have single women. But I think what started out as something as women had to do it now became like this generational pass down. And I feel sometimes...
I think men protect women. I think Black men protect our women.
You think that...
I believe so, yeah. I believe so.
Yeah.
Like, you may have your few like, I don't date Black women, but I don't think that they're saying they won't protect them.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's like I said before, we acknowledge where it starts, right? We to a point though. And we don't, and it's like a lot of Black women then had to, like I said, pick up the mantle, do what we had to do. And now we are doing well. Black women are highly educated. Like I think they said, I want to get the statistic right, but it's a higher percentage of Black women to get their degree versus Black men.
Yep.
And I feel like it's not that y'all don't protect us. I feel like that's a reaction sometimes. Like Black men resent it. Like almost like...
Do you think Black men protect Black women?
I don't. I feel like you can't be black and white about it, because I'm not going to say all Black men. It's like I don't want to generalize. I feel like, of course, there are some Black men out there who will protect the Black woman, but I feel the loud ones are the ones with the most resentment towards us for doing well. Like, so the ones who are protecting, like those men with those, like the podcast spewing this narrative of hate and because you Black women and this.
I just think those people are just trying to get clickbait. Like they're trying to be viral. They're just trying to get the likes, the views. Like,
but it's not helping.
Sometimes it really is them though. But I just believe they're just trying to get views. Like they'll say something just crazy, like irrational, just to get the views. I'm telling you, that's most people do it all the time.
Right, but unfortunately, they're the loud ones, right? And when those type of men are speaking kind of on y'all behalf, it's like
platform.
Yeah, but it's like, and it sucks, right? Because not every man is trying to get on a mic and be like, I protect my Black women. Like, ain't nobody trying to do all of that. And I know a lot of people with a level of maturity tend to be like, silence is golden, but it's almost like the fight should be matched equally. Like, in a weird way, I would like it if more Black men who have a thought of protecting Black women kind of be like, y'all need to shut up at this point. Like, really boss up a little bit.
I think men agree. When you see in the comments men agreeing with them, I don't think they necessarily agreeing with what they're saying. They're probably agreeing with like what happened to them in their past life or what is going on to them currently.
Right.
So that's why you see them there bashing women on top of things, which is wrong, because then it's starting to look like men versus women. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that. It's like it's deep. Like I hate that. Like I could go crazy about that because then the men versus women, and then you got the tranny thing going in the get. It's a lot.
It's a lot going on in the Black community, and I just feel once again when you're saying like they resonate because of old past stuff or old struggle and all. It's like once again the Black women didn't do all of that to y'all. We didn't do. If any, and this is what I mean by sometimes it feels like resentment. Like you guys kind of get upset that we like when I'm seeing you girls with y'all degrees thinking y'all all that. Why can't we? Why no? I'm just why can't?
Yeah,
but why can't we?
He's just
no, but why can't we feel ourselves? Why is it that when a woman is successful, why is it that it's a bad thing to want a man to match it? If anything, I just wish it was more men building up these men. Go to school, do what y'all gotta do so you could keep up and reclaim the thing that y'all had. It's like once again, y'all had it.
Like, I feel we still do. There's a lot of successful men. Yeah. It's just very few. Like, but yeah, like I said, there should be men against women.
It shouldn't feel this divisive where we even have to question it.
Yeah, but I, as a Black man, protect my woman. And all the Black men that I know protect their woman. Black, white, blue, they don't care. They just protect women in general. Women, older ladies.
But we're going to talk about the Black ones. I feel like we need to work on our sticking together. Like, I'd rather y'all exert that energy on us than the other ones who got the men that protect.
I don't know about the rest of them dudes, but we protect our Black women. I love
and you know what? You speak up, Black men. Keep going. Yeah, like, we need more of you. You on the mic. You have a platform.
Yeah, like,
Go
I
ahead.
like my Black women, so I'm going to protect them. Like, you know, regardless. My mother's a Black woman, so.
And and that's the thing. Say that again.
Yeah, my mother is a Black
your mother, exactly. Like your mother is a Black woman, so do onto other women how you would want people to respect. And the same thing, like it shouldn't be that skewed, but the question was about Black men. So let us know what you think about our reviews on it. Comment on it, because we're going to jump into the next topic, which is our brother in arms, Dr. Umar. And his opinions on interracial dating.
There's no way you can claim to love Black people, especially as a Black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 Black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest female marriage rate in the country, 25%. That means 75% of Black women will never, ever know what it feels like to be proposed to. And if you care about the Black community, you got to care about saving the Black family, because the family is the essential institution of a community. And the only way you can save a family is to build a family. You can only build a family with a Black woman. Absolutely not. You cannot talk Black and sleep white.
Is self-hate the reason why Black men date white women? Do you believe that it's based in self-hate?
No, I don't believe that. I just believe you like what you like. Like, you have some, like I know a few Black dudes that it sound crazy, but they say they don't date Black women. You know, it's not because they don't like Black women. They just like other races.
But
like
if you say you don't like Black women, though,
like he don't like date Black women. Like
but why?
For example, I would say I've never dated a white woman. Like never been in a relationship with like a white woman. I could have, but I didn't. And
right.
I think because I felt like I couldn't relate as much, and I didn't, you know, she had a racist father, and I just like wasn't trying to go through all that.
Yeah. So, but my thing is when men say that, like that's the thing, right? No, like I said, it's one thing to like what you like and have a preference, but when you specifically say I don't date Black women, I think those men, it could be you have some sort of resentment or something happened. That's my belief. It's one thing to say I happen to like Spanish women, I like white women, I like Asian women, but I want my, I find my Black woman beautiful, and I probably could date a sister. You know, it's one thing to be like, I'm gonna taste the rainbow, right. But to say no to this specific, right. I think those type of situations, and the same thing with even women, I hate them Black men. It's like, I feel like there's something. You can't tell me you love every part of Black if you have an exclusion to that dating preference.
I get you. I agree. It would have been better if they said, I'm attracted to them, but prior to like past things, I don't.
Like if you could even acknowledge what it is,
just to say you don't date them, it's got to be a reason why. Like, got to be like, and it comes off like a hate. Like, I get it.
It comes off a little just like, all right, it's that sting. You said one too many words. that now I'm kind of side-eyeing. And so it's like if you are, so the other question was, if you are in an interracial relationship, do you see, it says, if you are, I think it was like if you are in a interracial relationship, are you fully for the cause? Now, I don't know if, I think that was a conversation Dr. Umar was having on that podcast.
Yeah, he was. And like some of the stuff he's saying, I agree. And then some of them I just didn't agree.
What parts did you agree?
For example, like if you you dating a white person, a white woman, like you're like not confident in yourself or you don't like your race. Like I don't believe in that part. Like, but I do believe if you marry a white woman, I do believe you marrying a white woman, you marry into that race.
Yeah.
Because you now belong in the family with that.
That means your wealth, all of that stuff.
Everything is all shared. Like, so now you actually, like Umar said, you're in the white race. You know,
you kind of gave your wealth back.
Gave it to them. Like, so if you're rich, you're giving it back to the white, people instead of being with your own kind and going through the struggle and being rich and then giving it, you know what I'm saying?
Being with a black woman or a black man and sharing that.
I agree with that part. Wherever race you marry, whether it's Chinese, Jews, you will be in that culture. Like you're a part of that culture now and that whole religion and whatever they stand for.
And then what he was saying even about the children, and that honestly sparked me doing a little research. And you know, me and my statistics, I actually found something, and it said, the study found biracial daters who identify as part white Caucasian will default to preferring a white partner. So with that being said, if you were to marry a white woman and have mixed race children, the statistic that they based the study on was like dating profiles. Right. More likely than not, your mixed children will probably more likely go for a white partner. So then it's like your bloodline.
It's because it's what he see at home. His mother's white.
Exactly, which is not wrong for the kid.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like you got to think about genetics. You as a black man, if you were with a black man, you have a white woman, you have mixed kids, and then your kids. And what they said also is, if the biracial dater didn't identify as white, they were more likely to want to date someone who was partly the same ethnicity. For example, black Hispanics will more likely be with black people, but those who have white will more likely date white. Yeah. So now your bloodline kind of eventually, statistically speaking, will fade out. So that half black turns into a quarter black, could turn into this black, and then before you know
That's what he mean by like, you not like, and that black is gone. Like
it's more like, and when I saw that study, I kind of was like, wow, you think these things, but it makes sense.
It starts to like, that's what you see and what you know now.
Yeah,
that's what you want.
And then they say that with black kids, I'm paraphrasing it, I'm reading it, but they were like, mixed race boys will be more likely to probably date maybe a sister, a black woman or whatever, but a mixed race girl, because mostly mixed race girls have this ambiguous look, they tend to be with a whiter male. So it's like, when it was broken down to these statistics with that article I read, I kind of was like, well, you kind of got to think about it now. If you are dating outside your race, like who you like, but understand that statistically speaking, your race might dwindle with time.
Questions.
So I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
So I'm not going to go down the route of Dr. Umar because he speaks with such conviction.
Yeah, he goes
in.
I like his energy.
I love his energy when it's directed right.
And I like what he's trying to accomplish.
But he's not all the way wrong.
No, he's not. Like he's trying to have the African Americans and black people to have their own, like how the Jewish have their own.
Yeah, he said before, like you want to have a bank, a supermarket, you want to have all of these things, and we don't. So do you think we have the luxury of mixing our race when you think about it like that from that standpoint? We don't really have that luxury to be like, yeah, let me go keep diluting this pool. I think at some point we have to really understand that unfortunately our decisions have ramifications that could go generations.
Generational.
So we can't think so selfishly all the time.
That generational curse is true.
It is. So, and not saying that race, like, interracial dating is a curse, but it should be a thought. It should be a thought. What do you want your future to be?
Yeah.
And if you're thinking that your future is, when you envision those kids, do you see them being black? Or are you okay with it going wherever it goes? And that's the question you gotta ask. So
we'll be waiting for those comments.
We will definitely be waiting for those comments. And I really want to see those comments, because I feel like I read statistics and I wasn't sitting here. I think we handled that good. And of course, we gotta keep continuing with our boy.
Understand me. White people who have sex with you, didn't the slave master sleep with our mothers and grandmothers? So just because they land in the bed with you, what makes you think that they shed their racism? They don't. White people are racist. All white people are racist. There's no exceptions. They might not all be bigots, but they're all racist. Right. They all want their people to dominate unfairly the resources, the opportunities, and the privileges of this society. So every white person.
Dr. Umar says, once again, one of his convictions, all white people are racist. You know how he talks. Are racist. Do you agree?
I think that's just his opinion. That's not a fact, because he can't, like, that's just, you can't just walk down the street and see a white person, oh yeah, he's racist. You don't know. Like, I don't believe all white people is racist, because if that's the case, then we could say all black people are prejudiced.
I do think, I always said,
or whatever you want to say, like,
I always said I don't believe.
I don't think black people could be racist.
I don't think so either. And
that's why I said prejudice.
I don't think so either. Honestly, I was just about to say that. I don't think that black people can necessarily be racist, because we don't have anything that can marginalize another group.
We don't have our own. That's
we don't have anything to suppress anybody.
Get up out of here. So we're more likely to be together with
the prejudice,
another religion or race, even though they're prejudiced against or racist against us. It's crazy.
I personally don't know. All right, so when you think racism, right? You think pitchfork and
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think
not every white woman.
I don't think every white person has that. I think those are extreme situations, but
especially in now generation with the white kids that's growing up, they listen to more of our hip hop and involved with hip and in our like culture more than ever.
Right, but they've been listening to us since we were slaves.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly speaking, entertainment does not.
Slave was beating each other up.
No, but like entertainment does not mean they think of us as equals. We're just show monkeys. They could listen to our music and still not see us as equal. So when I mean like racism, I'm not saying I think all white people are the type that they will go lynching you and they'll turn their back if something egregious happens. I would like to believe people are developing a certain sense of decency, but I think there's something to be said about the lunch table mentality. Like, if we're walking in the lunchroom and there's this group of whites and this group of blacks, we tend to go where we go. And
you're going to go where you feel
You're going to go where you feel comfortable.
And you feel like, like they're taking you in. Like,
yeah, right. And that's my thing. But I think with black people, we tend to do it from a stance of protection and comfort. And white people, I don't know, sometimes I feel do it from a place of, these are just my people, and it's like, when you ask yourself, I feel like I have to look at my notes, but it's almost like when a white person moves into a black neighborhood, right? What's the first thing that happens? Sometimes they don't assimilate. They tend to like figure it out. They tend to figure out how to make it different, right? But when a black person goes into a white neighborhood, we have to assimilate. We assimilate. It's not like we could call the cops on this white person and say suspicious activity.
That's the difference, though, between like what you just said. Like a white person moving to a black person neighborhood.
Yeah.
They're not trying to fit in. They're more likely trying to make it better, like try to make the environment.
They're just trying to conquer and do stuff and take away. They're not trying to learn us.
Whereas black person will move into a white neighborhood and we're just looking in to fit in and stay quiet
and just play our part
and do our part, right?
So I feel like there's a hidden something. I don't know what it is, but it's a hidden something, because it's also like, I'm sure in your lifetime you've had white coworkers or something like that. How many times has a white person asked you, do you want to come over to my house?
Damn, that's a good ass question.
Like, I'm serious. Like, when has a white person how often do you feel like I'm not saying you want to go.
Nah, I'm playing.
But I'm just saying, how often do you feel like you're that much of this my boy?
I feel you.
To the other race.
damn.
But how many times are black people like, this one could come to the cookout, that one could come to the cookout? So sometimes I feel like we need to just, if you're not meeting us where
Like
we
somebody
at.
asked me the other day, he's like, how many like Jewish friends you have? And I was like, started thinking like, damn.
Right.
I don't even know. I would say none because I don't know.
And I don't feel like that's us. Cause it's like, once again, if a white person moves into a black neighborhood, 9 out of 10, we are respecting that white man. He's gonna walk to the store. Nobody's really gonna, majority of the time, you're not robbing that white man.
Uh-huh.
But a black person moves into a white neighborhood, there's cops called. People have questions. They're spying on you. It's some sort of looking at you. It's just, there's something there. There's something there that we just don't seem to really feel like we're that tight.
Yep.
And I think I feel like in my life, I only had that. I could count when I felt like I was like in this girl's house. We went out for coffee. I met her husband.
I think
all of that stuff. And I mean, I felt really connected to her. And that felt like there was no color.
That's for me. That happened when I was in college. Like, I knew a couple of
You're right.
people, and we were cool. Like, we kick it every day, dorm rooms and chilling. So,
and I think
the closest. That's why. That's why another reason why I think, like, I'm not saying everyone's gonna get through college, but I feel everyone should
go.
Just go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Go.
Just have that, like. Just witness it, just to see, like,
and go away.
What happens? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna meet people. You're gonna meet other ethnicity. You're gonna, like, it's gonna open your mind up. Like, you're gonna have more of a independence and more of a, like,
and your diversity of friends.
Like, to think, like, you'll start critically thinking. Like, now, like, it's a lot. Like, I think you should just, everyone should have that moment to go away from school.
And that's why I say I don't know if it's racism.
Even if it's not going away, just go to college. Like, go to BMCC. That shit is like the most diverse college
for community college.
College out there.
So it's free now, right?
And I think it is.
Yeah,
for us.
Well, I feel like it was free with New Yorkers, right?
Yeah. New Yorkers, yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't know if it's racism per se, but it's like there's something that I feel like white people can't help. Because when you're born, the same way we're born, we talk about racism, we talk about slavery, right? And us being passed down with a certain level of submission.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's maybe a filtration of there's something you can't help that y'all do. There's things that y'all can't help that I think is getting diluted with time, but y'all can't help. And so it's like, I wish I could name what I'm feeling, but I don't believe it's racism, but there's something there that you guys still exercise a certain level of a privilege, or you guys don't know that you're doing it, or it's some distance that you guys put out. Like, how often do you see white people in a black restaurant just chilling? Like, by themselves.
Maybe there now. Like, I see a lot of them there now, but
a white person will go to like Zuma. I mean, a black person will go to Zuma and stuff and just like, all right, it's a room full of white people. We're going to figure this out. We're going to sit here. We're going to go. We're going to explore.
No, if I'm comfortable, I'm about to be out.
Nah, I be going because those are the nice restaurants. But see, once again, here I am black saying those are nice restaurants.
See?
Yeah, I'm telling those are nice restaurants. Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to say y'all don't have no nice restaurants.
No, we have plenty of nice and lit and good food now.
I'll be honest with you.
But did you even, like, I remember, I feel like I saw a meme where Jeezy said the minute his nice restaurant was
Jeezy?
Young Jeezy. I feel like I saw a meme that said he was like, the minute people realized I owned the restaurant, it went from classy to the black people made it lit. And I'm just like, all right, so we need to work on our decorum though. Sometimes we need to keep stuff classy.
Yeah. I think we do. We just have fun. That's what it is.
We do have fun, but I feel like sometimes all fun don't gotta be, hey. You know, some fun could be bougie.
I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know in the comments how you guys feel about what we said. Definitely about these topics that are very heavy. Honestly, we could.
So what are those topics again?
So the first topic we touched on was black men don't protect black women. Mm-hmm. I would love to see in the comments what people have to say about what we said. Because honestly, I'm surprised we even took like a calm approach to it. We could have been up in here going back and forth. That's not true.
You go a lot with that, but you know.
I think we always try to make sure we.
I'm just warming myself up for the next episode.
I think we always just try to make sure that we're not divisive. Because we got to lead by example. At some point, we got to learn how to have these conversations and not go against each other, but figure out how our ideas merge.
True.
Yeah. True. And then the other topic was on interracial dating. And listen, I looked up statistics.
That's a really good
It is a good one.
There's a, like we said, there's a lot of interracial dating nowadays.
And then, love is love, right? And I remember somebody saying, oh, but the black girls never really be liking like the nerdy boys. But I'm like, I feel like y'all nerdy boys could also find a nerdy black girl. Don't be trying to tell me the only other person you could have found was a white woman. They could have found a Latina.
They could.
You could have found somebody.
But then it's not necessary. They probably wasn't fine. Like, they probably was found. Like, maybe that white girl
really probably
him.
Yeah. But once again,
the black girls didn't go like, pursued him.
Probably.
It could be that. Like,
that's why it's like it's so many different. Because also it could be proximity, right? Like if you're a black boy in a well-to-do family, then that school is predominantly white.
I just love that interracial dating because I'm a person who if we're talking dating, not like in relationship, I've probably dated a whole lot of different races. Just off the simple fact that because I just like to know different cultures. I respect everybody's culture and where they've been through and where they're coming from.
I only dated black men.
Not me. I've been on dates with
and that's women. The thing, right? Black
so
women,
I kind of know
black
the
women
difference.
Are more likely to be with y'all, and y'all don't even want to be with
No, I love dating black women, but I like want to be.
Y'all dabbled.
I just like to just go out and
taste all the ice creams. Right. There's 40 different flavors.
You never know which flavor you might like better.
I swear to God, it's crazy. I only ever dated black men ever.
But I can see the difference in every
body.
I could see why another man would say I would only date this race rather than this race. Like I can see.
What's the difference?
Been in it. Like
what's the difference? You better not tell me attitude. I have seen some crazy shit.
No. Don't get me wrong. See, that stigma of only black women that's crazy.
Please, I have seen some Spanish.
I
have seen Spanish girls chase a man down,
and everybody have a different form of attitude. Like black women will. We say aggressive attitude. A white person attitude may be crazy, like outrageous. I'm gonna kill myself, or I'm gonna snap, like, or I'm gonna like. We don't know, like, unless you dated them. That's why I said it's good to go out there and just explore, and then that's how you find more. You find out more about yourself when you explore too.
This is true. Yeah, but also just once again remembering that you can't knock what the future ramifications will be. Mm-hmm. In that relationship. So whether it be your life insurance, you gotta hope that white woman is going to bring it back to the black family.
See, I won't say you have weird instance where you have a white person and you have a lot in common with that white person.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. I think that's why I've never really.
I've spoken to a white person who had a lot in common with.
That's good.
They grew up rich. They had their parents was on food benefits and EBTs and shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like they ain't probably been in projects, but they were more like their houses or apartments wasn't nice neither. Mm-hmm. And they had a lot of stuff that the same way some of us have grown up. Some of them grown up the same way. So that's
so we can't all think all white women are just rich, all white men are rich, and all of them are pompous, or all of them might not know what to do. It's about conversation, but no matter what, you can't beat genetics.
Yeah,
like that's the thing.
That's the only thing.
That's the thing you can't beat. Like you gotta maybe you could meet yourself a good, other race person, and
do you believe? Would you want your black man dating a white woman? Or
would I want my black?
Would you prefer a black man dating a white woman, or do you like when you see it? Like, would you like to see that a black man dating a white woman or a black? It's
just sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
Be truthful.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. When I see like those like interracial couples where it looks like the black man is just so well to do, the ones that you look at and know got a good job, and then he's standing next to a white woman. I'm not gonna lie. I just be like, damn, there's a sister out there that really could have used you, bro. I just think about that. Because it sucks that as black women, me especially being educated, and I make a certain amount, the higher you go, the less likely we see y'all, up at the top. So it's like, you mean to tell me there was another black man that was at the top?
I think that's the problem too. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of women
are
looking for men at the top instead of looking for just a good
No,
man.
because we're not Keke Palmering ourselves these days. At the end of the day, if I am a woman that's doing well and I have built a certain life for myself, I'm not going to lie. If you're going to come into it, I need to know that you're either going to add to it or be able to help me upkeep it. Same vice versa.
Yeah,
I feel like there needs to be an asset.
By adding, like he has to have the same amount as you or making the same amount? Or if he's making less, would you not want?
I probably would not, because honestly, I've probably been there. I don't think that's foul.
I think that is foul.
I don't think so because I've been there.
Down statistically for a fact, you're knocking down like if you talking about black men, because I know you like the black men. First of all, black men, you're knocking down probably more than half of black men.
Why?
Not a lot of black men are making over $80,000.
But my thing is, once again, but why are you guys putting that on us? No, wait, listen what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, instead of saying you're knocking down, go back to school. Like, go back to school. No.
So
there are plenty of men. There are plenty of men.
What if a man get mad and say, so you don't go to school?
But that's what some of y'all do. I think that goes back to the first part about protecting black women. It's like, once again, it's the minute a girl or a black woman, at least all I did was say, look, this is all I did. All I said was say, when a black woman is at the top, we don't see enough of y'all. And instead of saying let me finish. The problem is, instead of pointing at the problem, which is why is there not a lot of black men at the top? The question is, why aren't you looking down? Why do I have to look down? Why do I have to look down? Because I did my part. I grew up in the same project. I grew up in the project.
Telling the other guys that you're not good enough for me.
Because maybe you're not for me.
How do you know that? Because he don't make the amount that you're making?
Because it's not about, listen, what I'm trying to explain is it's not just about money and monetary gains. It's about also mindset. And it's about the fact that I know that you went through this struggle like I did.
There's a lot of good men out there that's making like $40,000 a year.
But then
probably
what are you
will make you the most happiest person in the world. But you don't even think about money because how are you?
But my thing is, what are you?
$40,000 if you know how to spend it.
But what I'm saying is, but what are you doing as a living? Because one thing is if you're $40,000 and let's just say you're doing something where you're working all of these nights or whatever, and I'm somebody who got free weekends, and I'm somebody that works just a regular. I go to work at 7, I leave at 3.
You can't do that.
I could do that. I go to work at 7, I leave at 3. I have paid time off. I have vacation. I have savings. I have all this stuff.
But you want this man to make $80,000. If he works on a weekend and everything, $100,000. If he works on a weekend, he don't have enough time to spend with you. You can't be mad at that.
No,
because your preference is to have somebody that makes a lot of money.
But what I'm saying is, why is it that I feel like you're skewing my argument? Mm-hmm. My point is, if I did my part as a woman, I did my part. I grew up in the projects. I grew up not having a lot. I did what I had to do for myself. So now that I did what I had to do for myself, why is it that I have to look and say, oh, well, this one's trying? No, my thing is, especially if I'm 32. I just turned 32. I'm 32 years old. I don't have that much time to give. Talk to that language with somebody in their 20s. I did what I had to do.
That's the problem.
I feel like I want a man that did what he did, was supposed to do. And I feel like that's not a problem for me to want that. Huh?
Before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Because that's a topic for another episode. If you continue on that route, you basically just gonna say that until somebody that's bigger and makes more than me or makes the same mindset as you, you're just gonna be single basically.
I'm not single now.
I'm not saying you are.
Let's talk about that now.
All right, you're not single, but
I'm not single. So that's why argument deferred. My dude is fine. Once again, who said I couldn't find that?
No, you can.
No, but I'm saying I'm not single now.
That's a conversation for another episode. We definitely got to put that in because we got to wrap it up.
We got to wrap it up. But yes, clearly this conversation took another avenue that we didn't expect. But let us know in the comments if you would like us to continue this conversation at a later date. And ask us some questions that you want us to answer. As you know, my name is Kenya. You can find me on Instagram, Kicking It with Kenya. And let them know where to find you.
Broway Banks. Y'all can find me on Instagram anywhere. Just Broway Banks or Howard Williston.
Yes. And until next time, peace.
Peace out.
We're out.